I'd like to call to order the Open Space, Parks, and Recreation Commission meeting. So our land acknowledgement. The land that Eureka rests on is known in the Wiyot language as Jarujiji. Past actions by local, state, and federal governments removed the Wiyot and their indigenous peoples from the land and threatened to destroy their cultural practices. The city of Eureka acknowledged the Wiyot community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. This acknowledgement demonstrates the city's commitment to dismantle the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. So can we have roll call?
Committee, right? Yes, sorry. It throws me every time. Committee Member Borellis?
Yes.
Committee Member Ensminger?
Present.
Committee Member Houghton? Committee Member Mays? Committee Member Parks?
Present.
Committee Member Sims?
Here.
And Committee Member Malik. Okay, thank you.
Recommendation to approve the minutes for November 30th, 2023, special meeting as submitted.
All motion to approve.
Are there any questions, corrections, or comments from the commission on the minutes for the November 30th, 2023 meeting? Yes. Okay, public comment. Oh, did we vote? We voted. Oh, I'm sorry. And we did get the second. Can we have a vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I know. I know. We're getting it. Thank you guys for being patient with me today. So, public comment? Beautiful.
There you go.
Debbie Topping. I am one of the volunteers at Myrtle Grove. I thought it was just time to come and report out. The rain has been uncooperative, so we have not been there a whole lot lately. We did get out a few times, poured some bases for some little markers that are laying down, and we will pour concrete bases so we can set the markers up. We do have one volunteer who has been ordering up new markers from the VA for unmarked veterans. We've done 30 so far. Most of them are 30 holes we have to dig because they have to be sunk down, and they're very heavy, and we're not young anymore, but we're getting those up. She's got 6 more on order, so you can expect those to show up. We started mowing last week. We got about half of it done, but between not having as many, a couple of our members are not feeling well, so we haven't had as much help, and it's been wet. So I don't know whether it's going to be the Golden Gate Bridge. By the time we finish it this time, we'll have to start all over again, because usually the spring mowing, we get it done, and then a couple weeks later, we've got to do it again. And it's not so much the mowing, it's the weed whipping. And we have one of our mowers that's not been cooperative, so it's up and down and up and down. I think it was not built for the work we put it through, but I think that pretty much covers it. I think you had mentioned in the past to let you know what we need, and I think it had been mentioned to Greg that our roof is leaking really bad in the maintenance shed, which means the equipment's getting wet. I don't know what that's going to take, whether that's something that's on us. Somebody had talked about getting a volunteer that could do it, and I don't even know if that's allowed for us to get somebody to donate that, or if we can do it. But got a leaky roof and a messy shed as far as the paint and stuff goes, but we're willing to do the painting. So, but other than that, that's what we've been doing out at Myrtle and trying to keep her looking good. We've got Memorial Day coming up at the end of May, so we'll probably mow at least once before then, maybe twice. Hopefully only once, but that's it.
Thank you so much for joining us, Debbie. Any public comments on Zoom?
There is someone else, yeah.
All right.
If you have a public comment to make, now's the time to raise your hand if you're watching on Zoom.
Are we allowed to ask?
Hearing
No one-
no
no one
comment,
on Zoom.
public comments. Oh, wait, I hear something.
Can you speak up, please?
Dennis is here.
Hi, this is Lisa. There is no public comment on
Oh,
Zoom.
okay.
Oh,
you.
thank you, Lisa. Dennis, right here.
Can I ask a question? I know
Of
that's
course.
the- Where's the shed? I'm just curious, the shed where you have your stuff. Where in the park? Or-
The southmost gate, there's two gates going in. The southmost gate, the northmost gate. There's a funny little green shed that's right there. And that's where we've got our mowers and weed whips and stuff. And
I wasn't sure if it
it's,
was something else. Okay, thanks.
Nope.
Just curious.
Thank you again, Debbie. All right, hearing no additional public comments, we will, the item returns to commission for a motion. To the commission. Do we have any motion to approve the minutes as submitted? We already did that.
Did that.
I know, I guess so. I thought it was like a script. This one is new for me, sorry. Just got it today. All right, so old business. Dias Park Improvement Project, Jeff?
Yeah, we're really excited. We opened bids today for Dias Park. So I've been, Robin and I have been updating you for the last almost a year on our bidding processes, some challenges with the budgets and our bids that came back originally. We've spent countless hours working with project managers and engineering, Robin and myself, to value engineer, we'll call it, a better bid package. Some of those strategies included sole sourcing products. Customized play equipment was one of them. So we have purchased some things already. We have them in our possession, actually. And our egret play structures and tot play structures are all being stored right now. We had some really tough choices to make based on like inflation and cost of goods over the last 4 years. When we were originally awarded this in around 2021, things have just gotten out of control. So we've worked with our landscape designers to refine things. We, like I said, purchased some things. We decided to purchase also a restroom unit that'll just come as a unit. It gets put onto a slab and then is going to be, connected to your utilities. It still has the 4 individual unisex restrooms and a kind of a storage chase in between. And we then tried to pull a bunch of alternatives, and so that we would have a list to shop from. So narrowing this budget scope down several $1 million by pre-purchasing, as well as listing some bid alternatives and then prioritizing those so that we could then shop if our bid was under. So everything went really well today. We got 4 bidders. I'm not going to talk too much about specific peoples that bid and what those are. We're reviewing all the bids right now. We are identifying the low bidder, but all signs are really positive that we are going to get most of, if not everything we wanted. And so we're really happy with some contingency monies. So, we're frantically posting all that stuff to the CIP list today, double checking things, making sure everything's signed, bonds and things like that, so that we can, our plan is to go to council for an award on April 16th. So we should have our contractor, and we should be at that stage starting to plan, some scheduling and things like that. So really excited and get going on this stuff. There is some lead time on some of the products, especially the restroom. So we've been working diligently on that. Some of the other items that will come back into play is like our surfacing and what we call a PIP, a PIP, pour in place rubber, and a few of the other smaller items. So our strategy seems to have worked, and I really wish Robin was here. I want to really thank her for all her extra time that she put into it, and lots and lots and lots of meetings and Zoom meetings, several a week to get to this point. So we're thrilled to let you guys know. We'll have some more information for you at the next meeting to update you, and yeah, we'll be able to tell you exactly what's going in there and who we'll be working with and such. So very exciting. If there's any questions or specifics, I'd be happy to.
Hey Jeff, yeah, I was just curious. So that bathroom unit, it's 4 unisex units with a little storage area in between, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
And then I was just curious, what is the materials like the walls and the?
it's a cast concrete.
Oh,
So
I got you.
at other park projects, and initially when we bid this the first time, we were using a product called Romtech that we have used other facilities. It's a kit basically that comes in CMU block walls. You can get different roof materials, different doors, things like, and obviously the amenities inside. This one we're looking at is a slightly different. It's precast, so I think it comes in 2 pieces, and then they put it together. Within a week, it's all plumbed and everything. So a contractor would come in and pour a slab, put all the stubs in for utilities, and then it just gets connected, and so it's more turnkey. So yeah.
That sounds kind of cool. I mean, sort of like, I was just thinking like the potential vandalism or graffiti, that kind of stuff. That
All of
happens.
that's been really well thought out.
I'll bet.
To the best we can. I mean, unfortunately, this week we've experienced some vandalism at some of our parks, and it constantly keeps us on our toes looking for products. So the interior has coatings on it, the exterior has coatings on it that are anti-graffiti, things like that. It's nothing is bulletproof in that respect, as you know. But definitely, we all are bringing our experiences to this project, from working in the field to working on other projects, seeing what products worked, working with our consultants. And so we feel very positive. We're getting high quality stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just curious as well, wearing more of my school hat, but, so the cost then, what is it saving, do you think, versus building it, I guess?
So there's like cooperative purchasing, cooperative purchasing out there that we are part of. You belong to as a city, so we can get direct quotes from vendors without having to get like multiple quotes for the same product. We can directly buy because this sole source agency has already done that for us, and so they have the documentation of like how to get the best price. Typically when you're doing a contract with a contractor, and let's say we are having them order this, they're going to mark it up, right? And so we can save the cost savings there, as well as we're getting the lowest price on the product itself. So like I said, the pour in place surfacing and like our sports court and things like that come as kits. That's something that are out there on this. Obviously, like plantings and landscaping stuff is not, but we've learned a lot about how can we make this the
Save
best.
Half your cost, is like half the cost or something like that, 60% of the cost? I'm just curious.
Not necessarily, but it's significant. And then, like I said, the markup. So let's say a product is several $100,000. The markup's going to be 10, 15%. So it could be $100,000 you're saving on that. All bidders bid it differently, based on what their belief is. But all of them get the same information from us, and that's what we've been doing the last 2 weeks is getting those bids questions answered. And when we get a question, we answer it to everybody, and then it goes on to the CIP list, so everybody sees the same thing. This is a very important part of the bidding process.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Look forward to hear more. Nice work.
Yeah, we are going to have a ton more to tell you next time. We're holding back, and we were super thrilled today, though. Yeah.
Well, this is good news. I think we're all
Yeah.
excited about hearing the progress on this project. Any other questions or comments? Well, thank you for the updates, Jeff. And our next item is on new business, which is the election of our 2024 chair and vice chair. So, if are there any nominations for our commission chair for 2024?
I nominate Florence.
I second.
You see how I'm warming up to the work, right?
If you disagree, Florence, if you'd like to not do it, you're allowed to say no thank you, but
If as long as we're patient with Florence, I'm willing to to step in that role. However, we will need a new vice chair too, so we'll probably need to put that on our agenda for next. Is that something we can do tonight? All right.
discuss it amongst yourselves, and then when you're ready, somebody make a motion for the chair and the vice chair, and we'll go to that.
All right. So let's discuss who's gonna come alongside.
I missed too many of these meetings because of work and other things. I tend to miss 2 out of every 6 or 5 or 6 or something, so I don't feel it's just not appropriate.
Well, I'd like to nominate Carol.
All right. I love it.
I'll second,
Thanks, Carol.
I wouldn't have any idea how to.
That's okay.
As long as there's notes, if I have notes. then-
Guess what I got today?
Okay, yeah, so if there's notes, then you're not here, then I'll know what I have to do.
Yes. We are equipped, but Lisa takes care of us in that way. So, can we get a motion to accept?
I'd like to make a motion to accept Carol as vice chair for the OSPR committee.
And a second.
And Florence.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, and Florence as chairperson.
all right. Can I get a second?
I would like to second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Congratulations. We are moving forward together. That's right.
Good.
Dynamic women in leadership. Speaking of which, we're so grateful to have our leader of sorts in the room with us today. And I can't wait to hear from you. So, are there any public comments on this item?
Don't have to do that for this one,
Okay.
because it's,
Let me go.
yeah.
Okay. Then my.
Another time, if we're having a vote, you're very right, you have to have.
All right. So our next business of let's just announce that the motion did pass, and so commission chair for 2024 will be Florence Parks, and commission vice chair will be our dynamic leader. What's your last name? Carol? Carol Mays. Sorry about that. Thank you. All right. So next item is a change in OSPR. Jeff Ramey, Deputy Community Service Director.
Good evening, commissioners. So this is some information that we probably would have brought at several meetings ago, but we haven't had any since November. And so through discussions with staff and admin, we talked about the difficulties in getting quorums together and the rate of applications that we're getting. We don't have any right now. So what we came up with was that we would adjust the size of the commission. The Open Space Parks and Rec Commission is the largest with 9 members. Some of our commissions have 4 or 5. And so what we proposed is a bill number 1035 CS, is an ordinance of the City Council amending Title 3, Chapter 33, Boards and Commissions section for Open Space Parks and Recreation to reduce to a 7-member commission. And one of the things that this will do is make our quorums go from 5 to 4. Which we consistently get 4, even in tough times of the year, holiday seasons and such. So this type of action titled as a ordinance needs to go to city council for 2 readings. So it went to the last council meeting and was reported on. It will be read again next week on Tuesday night and then voted on, which I think it's on the consent calendar, but if you want to look at the agenda for that, I basically read some of the agenda summary right there. It'll be voted on and then enacted. And then I believe that there is a waiting period before that takes effect. And I'm not sure if it's 30 or 60 days before that quorum would be in effect. Yeah, if there's any questions or comments about this, and it's kind of in motion already. There isn't a vote or anything. If this is going straight to council.
And do we currently have 6 or 7 commissioners?
We have
okay.
7. Yeah. We lost 2 commissioners who had been with us quite a long time. Bruce had been with us for 40 years. 40 years. Prior to that, other commissioners that had served on this board, some of them were 30 plus years also. And so we really appreciate all of you and having some and fresh voices and people with eyes on stuff coming in. And we definitely love our commissioners that were with us forever, obviously longer than I worked here. Yeah, so we have 7. We'll need 4 for the quorum. And that should... We could get into a situation where like this could hold up progress by not having quorums. If we had some business items that were like that have to go to the series of commissions prior to council, so going to the OSPR, then going to the like the Planning Commission or Historic Preservation for the second readings, and then finally the City Council. So we don't want to hold anything up with potential parks, projects, naming, things like that.
So question though, does that limit our capacity to only 7? Because I know this was a sought after commission for a long time.
Yeah, it would limit it to 7.
Okay.
We have to do the process in reverse.
So there's a application process. Please, if you know anyone who's interested, please have them apply. They will hold on to that. If a commissioner, we had really no idea that the other 2 commissioners, maybe Bruce, but not Stephanie, and things change in life. We understand and we appreciate the time that you do give us. And we understand that people have other things going on in life. And so we would be at 7. And unless I believe that we could redo this through this process again, if desired.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go with that because I know an old neighbor of mine who moved but still within Eureka was interested at one point. Should I encourage him to just leave it, put it in an app?
He can reach out to the city clerk's office, and she can probably send him something, or reach out to me, and I'll make that connection. Okay. We definitely want to have some applications on file. So.
Definitely. Yeah.
Can we ask to actually for you guys to send at any time to all of us an invitation, and then we can forward those on to people that were in. We can just forward that on with all the application and everything else attached.
Yeah, we've done some advertising through different means and newsletters and such, looking for commissioners for all different commissions and boards. So definitely, yeah, we'll get that to you.
Donna?
Please. It's been so long. I just wanted to add the thing that really shines to me is respecting all of your time. And when we have folks show up in a volunteer capacity and we don't have enough to do what we're here to do, it's so frustrating for everyone, especially for us, knowing that you are here in good faith and then we just don't have that quorum. And so to do what we can to ensure that we actually can operate, on a regular basis, it feels like the most respectful thing we can do for our existing commissioners. So I just wanted to tack that on. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you thinking outside the box. do we have someone on?
Barbara
Oh,
Brenner
wonderful.
from Zoom would like to speak.
Well, if we can have then Zoom, Barbara on Zoom.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Barbara Brenner, and I'm a resident of Eureka, and I did apply for this commission a year or so ago. I don't know if that was your last round, but I'm very interested, and I have a background in municipal service with the city of Sacramento, and I talked to the city clerk about it, and they sounded like they felt like I'd be a good fit, and I certainly understand, that the positions are sought after and they go to other people, but I would love to be reconsidered. So I would show up for meetings and be there. So how shall I resubmit?
Barbara, we'll check in with the city clerk tomorrow and find out where that is. And the applications are received by the clerk, and then they are reviewed by the mayor, who makes those final decisions and recommendations. So let us follow up with that. If you could reach out to our admin person so we could get your email, or if you want to put it in the chat, so that we can be in contact with you. And we appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I'd be glad to ask for that to be reviewed, and when there is an opening, or if there is an opening, I do understand that you have to make sure you are able to have the meetings go forward every month. So thank you. And I'll put my email in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Zoom, Barbara, and for sharing. We'd love to look into that. Thank you, Jeff, for taking the lead on that. Any other comments or questions for staff on this one? All right. So if we don't hear anything else on Zoom, we'll go ahead and open it up to Zoom if there's anyone else on Zoom that'd like to. Just staff? Okay. So excellent. So our next item then is the McKay Community Forest Advisory Group. So Dennis and also who is our commission liaison?
All right. McKay Community Forest work continues throughout this winter, and pretty much rain or shine. It's been a few days. It's been just too wet to get out there. But anyway, we have our Tuesday, Wednesday group. Tuesday through the Humboldt Trails Council Volunteer Trail Stewards program. We're weighing in with about a 9 or 10 person core group, we just keep plugging away. On Wednesdays, we have the Corton Community School that's been with us just for over a year now, and that program has actually grown and flourished. So we currently have 10 students between Fortuna and Eureka showing up for 3 hours on Wednesday mornings. It's been a very positive experience. I think the kids are getting a lot out of it. It's been really cool, actually. And then, of course, we do the once a month, first Saturday of the month, Saturday volunteer work days. And so the county, we started a partnership program this year just to help our numbers of volunteers on those Saturdays. First month, and we're going on our fourth month now. So first month we had Big Brothers Big Sisters. Florence and her crew showed up, which was great. Second month we had RCMBA, which is Redwood Coast Mountain Bike Association, well attended. Unfortunately, March we had to cancel due to rain, but we had the next one is scheduled for Saturday, April 6th, and we have Southwest Rotary, and a Boy Scout troop that was lined up for March. We'll be there on April. So a lot of the work has been, with this winter, we've been finding out where all the weak links are on the trail, and so what we do is we put down crushed rock on the trail. We put about a 3-inch layer of crushed rock over the entire surface of a 3-foot wide trail. It just makes it a firm and stable surface that is year-round use. And obviously we have people visiting and using the forest throughout the year. So we've been shoveling a lot of rock, and we have regular wheelbarrows, and we finally have what we call the Game Changer, a motorized wheelbarrow, which has been a game changer.
I haven't seen that one. That's just...
Yeah, we just got it. So especially when you have to push those wheelbarrows uphill. Anyway, we really have a solid, positive group that's out there. And, I know some of the members on this board have been there. Anyway, it just work continues. So we'll continue into the spring. And let's see what else. Overall, a pretty good use. Carol, do you have anything? Please add. Yeah.
We also discussed the 2024 goals, and some of the goals is complete the Redwood Acres trail unit, the bridge, and the new trailhead this year.
Carol, can you pull your mic towards you?
Yes.
Thank you.
How's that? Sorry, I forgot. The new access point near hospice, and there'll be public parking hopefully. So I think that will be really good for the community. There's planning to be a mountain bike event in 2025, which would be regional, and it's an opportunity to bring in about 2,000 people into the county for a weekend, and they camp out, and it's really good for economic development, helps the local economy. And then we're also talking about addressing unauthorized camping in the McKay forest area. And at our next meeting, which should be in May, we're hoping to get Jerry Rhodey to discuss proposed name changes for the trails and possibly for the forest itself, to change it from McKay. And we also discussed sponsorship that will have a fund at Humboldt Area Foundation, so that people can donate if they want to donate to the McKay Community Forest. So that's everything I can remember from my notes.
Where would the bridge be? You mentioned the bridge.
Yeah, so there's a proposal. It would be a 35-foot length span bridge right on Harris Street where, Hubbard comes in. It's near the county fire department. There's a crosswalk there, and the bridge would be right there. That would be the new, the official trailhead. The road that leads down from Harris is actually owned by Green Diamond. It's still their property, and 20 feet to each side. So the idea is to funnel the users to that point in that bridge. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
You guys both compliment each other so well. Thank you so much. He remembers things I don't.
Yeah, and you remember a lot of things that I don't. Thanks, Carol.
Well, thank you. I would just like to also add that it's such a rewarding experience to be on the trail and
Microphone.
It's such a rewarding experience to be on the trail and work the trail, and it also just adds to our individual feeling of connection to our city and the trails. It's so beautiful. It's a great experience for everyone to get out and do this community service. So thank you guys for making those opportunities every first Saturday, and you meet at.
So every first Saturday, that workday goes from 9 till noon with a lunch provided afterwards, and we meet at Redwood Fields in Cutton, which is off of Fern Street. There's 2 storage lockers there that the county owns where we store the tools. And we meet there promptly at 9. That way we know how many people we have to get tools for, and food prep and all that kind of good stuff. So first Saturday out at Redwood Fields.
Thank you. So it comes with lunch too. So that's always a good buy-in. So thank you for those opportunities to serve our community. All right, next item we have is
Real quick,
any other
just a
comments?
quick
I'm sorry.
question. I was just wondering, what Boy Scout troop are you having around next month?
I can't remember exactly. Maybe is there 54 is in Eureka?
Yeah.
Scout Troop 54.
I think so. Yeah.
I forget, Max, exactly, but it's one of the troops. Okay, yeah. I was trying to think of the leader. Another woman, Rachel Garcia. She's the one that does the outreach for us and primarily sets that up.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name, but if I find it, I'll clue you in.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely.
Cool.
Love that. All right. So moving on then, if there's no other questions or comments. Okay. So a report from Commissioner Jack Bareilles on the Cooper Gulch Common Grounds.
And I haven't heard, and we haven't reached out to Common Grounds this calendar year. Last time I didn't hear from last. But I do want to commend the parks folks. You guys have been out and about cleaning some of the concrete water, overflows. And with all the rain we've been having, it makes a difference. So appreciate that, and continue to walk through the park 2-3 times a week. And it's, like I said, it's still there and it looks great. So thanks.
Well, thank you for your work with Common Grounds. All right. So the next report for us is the Sequoia Park Zoo Foundation. And they had their bi-monthly meeting, this week on Tuesday. And so Tuesday evening. And lots of new things for the foundation. One of the important things is that their Ashley, who serves for the zoo, is stepping down from her position in fund development. It was a new role for her, but she's led so well at the zoo, so it's so hard to lose her. But she's moving on to another opportunity, and so we wish her well. And the foundation, of course, spent some time celebrating her at the meeting. And then some important things that are coming up. Well, I know most of us might not know, but the foundation is set up where they only have 2 staff members currently. And so they have their new executive director, Alegria. Thank you, Donna. Alegria, who has been phenomenal. In fact, she represented the zoo at a Chamber Awards ceremony in Arcata, where they were nominated for the most impactful nonprofit of the year. And so that was wonderful to see them get that recognition. And also, but because they are a smaller team now, they're going to have to postpone some of their fundraisers. And these are the big ones. Last year, Brew at the Zoo brought in a lot of resources for the zoo, and they're postponing that one on calendar. And what they are focused on, though, is a great collaboration with Keat and some others in the community to put on a party at the zoo. So hopefully you've seen some of that advertisement, and I'm sure that the staff might be able to fill in some other things that are going on with the zoo collaborations. Other than that, they're working on their annual report that should be out sometime in April. And all of their committees are meeting and getting things together. One of the discussions was really about zoo tickets. There's been a lot of, since there was some changes in the zoo program that gave out free tickets for local nonprofits. Since there were some changes, they've not been able to give out the tickets as much, but the board really wanted to try to maybe buy some of the tickets, and they had some deep discussions about how they can still meet the needs and demands of our community with the tickets requests that they've been given. So there are some ticket requests that they've been having to deny a lot of ticket requests, but really wanted to refocus the community back on that we do have access to the zoo in many ways. There is reduced costs for entry for $4, so people can come in depending on their income level and enjoy the zoo. They also are expanding the number of days that you can come to the zoo and participate in zoo activities for free. Like the event party at the zoo is free. You have to register because there's time slots just to make sure everything flows very safely. And so they are expanding those opportunities for our community to get involved. And then at the library, there are passes that you can go and get to access the zoo. So it is still everybody's zoo, and the foundation and I know the city want to make sure that we have those access for all the students that need them, families that need them, to engage them in this local treasure. So that's all we have for our report for the zoo. Anything that that you guys would like to add, Jeff, about the zoo, or anything upcoming I might have missed?
I'm glad you mentioned the free passes that can be checked out at the library. They're free, and they are limited, but they get checked out and returned. And so I'm glad you mentioned that for anyone listening that's wants to come. Donna, any other?
Yeah, just to expand on Party for the Planet is on April 13th between 12 and 4. And yes, it is pre-registration, and that is available on all forums. But April 13th, and it's going to be a special day. So that's all I have on that note.
Well, thank you. So our next piece is the Sequoia Park Ad Hoc Committee, and Robin's not here. Donna, do you have a report for us?
There are no updates as of yet, but we will return to that topic.
All right. Thank you. So our next item up for business is recreation revenue summary for November 2023 and February 2024. So we could take a look at that. And
so there's 4 different revenues for the 4 different months. So it does span from November through February. So there'll be 4 to look at. If you have any questions.
The revenue report on November 2023, December 2023, and the revenue report for January 2024, and revenue report for February 2024. Thank you for keeping that in our packet. It was so neatly put together and helpful for us to go through. Are there any questions or comments?
Skating is doing really well. Yeah.
I see here in February, Outside the Box after school program brought in $17,000 plus dollars, and I just that's wonderful. That's about 14 grand more than normal. Is it? Did you guys find gold?
Odds are that is a reflection of money and payments carrying over from month to month. Yeah.
Timing thing.
Yeah. Also, we had President's Weekend, and there was a
camp. There was an extra week of camp. That's true. Yes. Good job, Florence. Yeah.
And then I see that you've already made your revenue goal for the year here at the end of February, and we still have March, April, May, and June. Was that good or bad?
That's very good.
That's what I thought. Well, I wasn't sure. I was sure if Donna was.
I'm just doing a little happy wiggle because it's March and we are already there. That's incredible. It's been a long getting back to where we need to be post-COVID. So that's a big thank you for saying that out loud.
No, I commend you guys because that's getting back, and there's just so much more. You can tell it's building and building and coming back, and that's just super exciting. So thank you, because I know it's working.
Mm-hmm. And Jeff, last time we talked, you also mentioned some hiring that was happening, and some changes because of collaborations with Eureka City Schools, etc. How is hiring going for our
In
youth?
general, our hiring, we had some struggles with filling some positions, like in our parks division. We were basically recruiting for like a year and a half. We were getting people coming in. We weren't retaining them. We are fully staffed right now. We do have 2 people out on a workman's comp or that type of stuff. But we're back to kind of where we were, and so we're starting to catch up on stuff. Getting ready for spring. We're going to be a lot of mowing, a lot of growth coming. So in regards to parks, we are doing good. As far as I think what we were referencing the last time we met, it was a while ago, but we used to have a huge pool of staff because we had a partnership with programming for Eureka City Schools, and due to that partnership not continuing, it's been 2 years now almost that we haven't. So we used to have 70 or 80 staff that we provided all the staff and training for all the after school programming, and they provided the sites. And so since we haven't been in that agreement with them, we lost a lot of staff. Obviously, if we're not running those programs, we're not able to keep them on. We have a pretty healthy group of staff. But we're, so putting on special events and things like that, and things that we had a pool of people to choose from, like who wants to come in on Saturday to make some extra money and work at our Easter event. We didn't have that for a while, so there were some challenges there, and we're hopeful that we can move towards having another relationship like that with the city schools. I know our city manager has been talking to their new superintendent. Thank you. So talks are out there, and we need to collaborate and use our resources as best as possible that fits all of our needs, especially like facility usages. When we were running programs and like our Hoopsters programs and things like that at different gyms, we lost some of those capabilities, and some reciprocal trading for rentals at the Adorney Center or the Warfinger for trainings and things like that. And so it does make sense for us to have some collaboration, and we're looking forward to the future. So, but things are getting better.
And
Donna, do you have?
If I could just add on to that, we are also super successful standalone without a partnership. Our staff are interviewing 25 plus folks right now for summer camp. So we're really getting back in, and we're getting those applications are flowing in. I think that was a big challenge, is people weren't looking for jobs because there's just such other alternatives post COVID and then even during COVID. So I think I'm incredibly proud of our staff for they have 25 interviews. That's no just let's take the top 10 and hope we get, they're taking the time to interview everybody. And so we're going to have, it is rebuilding. It's rebuilding. It feels good. That's all.
We know the capacity it takes to onboard new team members, and we thank you for all of it. We just want to bring some visibility to those openings and those opportunities, especially for our young people in the community, because it's such a wonderful thing to have on your resume that you worked for the city of Eureka, especially locally. So thank you for your ongoing efforts, and the camps are so enriching for our community and our recreation. So any other comments or questions for the staff?
So we just need a motion and approval for those reports. Okay.
All right. So any public comment? Anything on Zoom? All right. Hearing none, then we will request a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve the activity reports for November, December, January, and February.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Hearing none, we will pass this. And thank you. For the last piece then is our staff reports, which Donna's here for.
Yeah, I will get us started with a few updates on recreation, and then Jeff will take it from there. We've just had so many, and I guess the revenue report shows it. We've had so many successes with so many programs recently. Our break camps have been phenomenal. Camp Cosmos and the Globetrotter. Well, what's the basketball camp called?
Globetrotters.
Is it? No, is it?
It's an actual person who played on the Globetrotters, Damon Wright, and we're hoping to do this more frequently too.
And there's another one coming, I believe. Yeah. We have 3 break camps coming. One's Camp Olympus with an Olympic spin because of the Olympics that are coming, and then another basketball one, but I'm not sure what the title of the camp is. Anyway, we've got a basketball camp coming and a skateboard camp coming in spring break. And then we've got 2 new little libraries installed at Hammond Park and Ross Park. Not sure if those were mentioned before November, but they're in, and they're adorable. So if you're cruising by, check them out. And our pickleball tournament in January was off the charts. Almost 100 participants. Yeah. Pickleball it's hip.
I saw there's a TV channel dedicated to pickleball.
No, really?
Like, oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. Okay. Upcoming events beyond Party for the Planet on April 13th. We have Easter this Saturday. There's a great Easter activity at Sequoia Park between 11 and 2. We also have a compost giveaway coming up. It's going to be held at the Recology location out in Samoa. That's between 12 and 4. And then I mentioned the spring break. So lots of success in your recreation division. That is for sure. You're doing great. Jeff?
Yeah, welcome back, Donna.
Oh, actually, sorry. May I say something? I wanted to say something before I got sidetracked with all of our good stuff. I am so excited that Jeff and Robin got such great news on the bid for Dias Park today. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed he was absolutely beaming talking about it. That was so fun to see because I wasn't able to be there for the bid opening. And I am so thrilled because I know how much work that they put in. I haven't been here, but I've been back and forth to work intermittently for this past year and a half. And they've put so much energy and effort, and to watch him share that with you and just like shine, it was awesome. Anyway, I'm happy you're happy, and yay for the city, and yay for success for Dias Park, aka 2030 Park. That's right, for those that might not be familiar with our recent name change.
So I'm going to go back through a couple of the last months, just rattle off some activities that have been happening and updates. Ice Bowl in Sequoia Park. It's our once a year disc golf tournament in Sequoia Park. It's a special thing because it's once a year, and we have a huge turnout, and a lot of the proceeds and donations of food go through our CAPE program, which is awesome. We had a major motion picture filming in Sequoia Park and adjacent neighborhoods. You probably heard all the hoopla. It was a big production, bigger than some of the other ones that we've done recently, but it went really well and was well received by the community. So we're excited to see what comes out of that. A lot of our sports have started over the last couple of months. Our Hoopsters program is in full effect. We'll be finishing up the end of next month. We had adult volleyball started, and adult basketball. So, and then our pickleball tournament was super successful. We had 89 participants and 43 teams. So, and we have different like skill levels so that it can be competitive. So, another thing on the pickleball end is that we are currently in a project at Highland Park to do some rehabilitation there. It does include a new restroom facility that's being built right now. We haven't had a usable restroom there for 20 plus years due to ADA standards and the conditions. That park definitely needs some love. We've been exhausting efforts over the last 5 or 6 years to try and find funding sources. It's very difficult based on some of our other successful funding sources based on park densities and medium household incomes in the neighborhood. So we did get a per capita grant that we were able to use there. And so fortunately that's in effect right now. It includes rehabilitation to the tennis courts. There's the pickleball piece that will have pickleball lines. So there'll be 8 pickleball courts there, only outdoors, not dedicated to specifically pickleball because there is tennis options there. But really excited to see more usage out there. And as I've said 100 times, that appropriate usage drives away the bad stuff. So we've seen it firsthand. So we're super excited. That project is going. Grace Martin, our project that's near Saco Amphitheater in Halverson Park, we're continuing to work with our landscape designer. We're in the process of getting some exemptions and CEQA stuff done. So that's coming along quite well. And as we mentioned before, we got a matching grant that put us up to over $1 million. So it'll be really nice to have a new little park there. It also includes trail, kind of finishing off the trail that connects to the Adorni Center that kind of oddly now goes right by the amphitheater. And so it's just a little bit odd with the mixed use of trail users and people utilizing that amphitheater as well as the trail, bikes going by, things like that. So there'll be that Class 1 trail will go from the bridge, past the bridge from the foot of T Street, past the bridge all the way up to this park, small park. And we'll be eager to come back with some reports on that soon. So, I forgot to mention Zoo Lights. Zoo Lights was super successful this year. It was our first year. We didn't know how it was going to go. We did a beta testing with our own staff, and that was kind of our treat to our staff that we announced at our staff recognition dinner in December, that they were all going to get to come and be the first to experience it. We had over 14,000 people come. It was affordable. It was beautiful. If you got to see it, I was there one night, and the simplicity, the white lights, the choir out on the far deck was just super cool. So we got to see a lot of people enjoy that this year. And then that'll be an annual thing, and we'll grow. And so we'll be looking to add other elements of that, not just on the Skywalk, but like in the other zoo areas. We had a few like character lighted things, so we're looking for like sponsors and things like that. The businesses can come in and have a little section or buy some. We had some flamingos, so we'll be looking for other stuff. And then I don't know if you guys have gone out to see the bears yet. The bears are so cool and cute. We got a picture the other day, and it's Noni.
Noni Tuli.
She's up in a tree 30 some odd feet sleeping on this branch, and everyone's getting to view it from a giant bear. She's huge now.
From the skywalk.
And sleeping there, and then all these people getting to experience that from the Skywalk. So it was like, that's exactly what we were thinking might happen, but for the bears to they're playing their role so well, and they're so cute. So.
Yeah, we were. It's such a treat.
Let's see. Donna mentioned our break camps, and I think that's all I've got.
Well, that's a lot, and we do have some
Jack
questions
has
or
some
statements.
Oh, no, we've got, my wife's the German teacher at our kid eye. We've got 20 German kids and a teacher in town. They were at the zoo yesterday.
Okay.
And a couple of the girls are staying with us, and they were just raving about the bears and the Skywalk. And so you've got some fans in Germany right now as well. So, they're here for a few more days, but they'll go back.
Yeah, that exhibit was so well designed to have different vantage points, and then the experience, it's unique. I haven't ever been able to be that close to the animals in an exhibit, at that size zoo. And I was very lucky to be part of the project team that when we got to building and stuff, we were every week out there meeting, and to see it go from nothing to that was so cool. So great experience for me.
Well, thank you, Donna and Jeff, for your wonderful reports. Are there any other questions or comments from the commission? I do have a question about, well, maybe I lost my question. Too many notes. Well, I wanted to make a statement, if I could, about Cooper Gulch. So on the March 30th, there's going to be another community service opportunity for community to go and do a cleanup and a work day at Cooper Gulch. And we forgot to mention that earlier, so I wanted to make sure we brought. That's this weekend with the egg extravaganza. And I know so many people look forward to that. And it's always a beloved event. So thank you. Please send our thanks to the staff and your team for all that they're doing this week. We know there's a lot of people that are going to come out and enjoy Sequoia Park and those events. So, all right.
I got one quick question.
Yes.
I was just curious on Carson Park, because I know that CR built those bathrooms over there. And were they going to continue in renovating the existing building that was there? Is that still in the plans?
Quite an update. I'll let Jeff.
Yeah, they have been currently working on that. So the classes that were out there have transitioned to working on some of our modular housing units that are down on Crowley property, and so some of the efforts have been diverted to that. But we've still been working with a couple of the instructors, and they've done a ton of finish work on the interior. So the floors have all been done. It's actually really pretty inside, even though the outside we still have some siding to repair. We got new doors and some new windows, and it's all been in accordance with our prescription from the historic preservation, because it's a listed historic building. And unfortunately, this last weekend we had some bad vandalism there, and we've had to board it up, and we're taking next steps. We're kind of letting some things cool off for a second. It's heartbreaking. And so we're still moving forward. We're still talking with CR. Their classes will end in like a month anyways, and so we'll be taking a break. We'll kind of get it going again for the fall semester, and they'll be back there, and that effort there is going to continue. It's also been a project that we work with the Rotary, and they funded the materials for the restroom. Also, the restroom siding was ripped off of it, so it looks a little bad right now. But and we're heartbroken, but we're not stopping. We won't. So.
Stuff happens.
I know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, that gave me just enough time to remember my question. Thank you. So, Jeff, a while ago, there were going to be some signs that we were really excited about to share the trail, and I'm wondering where that project is.
Yeah, so we received the signs. It was a regional working group through HCOG, and they had some grant funding, so we developed some signs. The conversation started off about like speeds of different types of class of bikes and everything involved. All the different types of transportation that we see out there now is changing every 6 months. We realized that without enforcement, that doesn't mean anything to put up a number. And so we worked together. We developed some Share the Trail signage. It has been posted out on our trail at various locations. And the effort was really to get a regional, universal approach to how we're trying to show people trail etiquette. And there are some differences between like the McKinleyville Trail and here, where you can have a horse on that trail, but you can't in Eureka. So there, like, we had to figure some of those details out on the signs, but they're pretty simple. They're Share the Trail, and it's focused on trail etiquette, about utilizing correct sides, communicating with folks, keeping animals on leash, being courteous, notifying people when you're passing. And so we have those sporadically spread out from the To Be Road end of our trail all the way through the Waterfront Trail. And then you'll see those same signs on the connecting trails, and then you should start to see them in Arcata and McKinleyville. And so, yeah.
All right.
There's some banners too. Those don't last as long as the signs, but we have we ordered a lot so we could replace them. So,
well, thank you for that.
If you see a broken one or something, let me know so I can get it back up.
All right. All right. If there's nothing else, then again, we thank you for your staff reports, Donna. It's so wonderful to see you and have you here, and Jeff. And we wouldn't have known Jeff was beaming with, because I wouldn't have known if Jeff was beaming without your iteration. So thank you for that, because now that you said it, he does have those rosy cheeks. It's good to see you beaming, Jeff. If there's no other public comment needed, I move to adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Ooh, we did it.
You did great.
Yeah. We did it. Thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was my first one. Thank you for the notes, Lisa, wherever you are. Thank you, Donna.